Hey, how's it going? Hi, Thomas. Hey, in case you're watching, this is how you do a Walmart run. Hey, Thomas, watch this. Can you see that? I don't know, maybe this is not a good angle.
It's not.
You see there's something squiggly back there. We're gonna have to take a closer look. I can't see, the sun is in my eyes.
It's over here.
That's so funny. Yeah, that's cool. I like my Jeep even more now.
Now look, try to find it on the thing. You can't really see where it is. You have to really look for it.
Yeah, it's hidden because the window's tinted.
Where that dust is cleared is where it's at.
I can't see it. Okay, Thomas, here we go. Oh, and of course, anybody else that is watching who is interested to know how you do a proper Walmart run, you go to the toy section first, regardless of what you're here for. If you're getting Pop-Tarts, corn on the cob, you come to the toy section first to see what is out, what is new. Remember that, Thomas. They've got new He-Man figures. Masters of the Universe. Oh, come on. Thomas, don't get this one. What does this make you think of? Don't lose your head. Don't lose your head. Don't lose your head. I don't understand these things either.
It's gross.
The stretchy guys. Dinosaurs. Oh, they don't have... It looks just like Bryce Dallas Howard. Oh, there they are. They're right here. Thomas, look. Here they are. Oddly satisfying. Oddly satisfying. This is something else that's oddly satisfying. You can click it or something. This one you push and you click and you have an experience, an ASMR experience. Click it to find out the experience. That's where the cubes were. John, you missed out. Cubes were right there. Now they're all gone.
John missed out?
Snooze, you lose. You gotta be quick on this stuff. What's here today is gone tomorrow. Crap.
I would. You decide what you got next.
Look at this. Pumpkin spice everything is coming. Found it. That's just funny. All done. Now it's time to go home and check out what we got. All right, we're back. '22 mystery flavor. Ooh, what is it? I don't know yet. I also still have mystery flavor 2021, which was number 3, and mystery flavor 2020. I think these are still good. Hello. I had intended to try them, but I brought them home and I put them in the studio because I think we were going to probably try them on camera to try and guess what the flavor was. But then I changed my mind because they weren't chilled. And I thought, you know what? We'll put them in the fridge and let them cool, and then we'll try them. And we just never did. 2022, though, we're going to try right now. It's chilled. We got it straight out of the cooler. And I'm wondering if it's orange flavored because the packaging is orange. It does taste kind of tangerine-y. Is that a word? It tastes like tangerine. Pretty good. If you like Mountain Dew, this is the newest Voodoo flavor for 2022. And it's number 4, and it's out now. Okay. This is the first time I've seen this. And I know Thomas loves these, so we're going to check this out. Collect all 8, it says. Spin, turn, tilt, click, push. We love these oddly satisfying things because they're so oddly satisfying. Here we go. Oh, first of all, this is ASMR. Maybe you would have liked to hear that little tearing. Isn't that satisfying? Oddly satisfying. Now what do we do? Oh, it just slides out. Oh, look, it's like an 80s cassette tape. What do you do with this? Is that it? Is this it? Hold on a second. Tapes. Maze. Rewind. Gosh, it won't focus. Hold on. Okay. Tapes. Here, now you can read it. Maze. Rewind. Dial. Illusion. Gears. And then rare ones. Water motion. Which that looks interesting. It's like you got to put water in it. And then button and gel. So like a tape just filled with gel. Collect them all. Series 1. ASMR tapes. And it seems that we have gotten the rewind. Okay. We have gotten the rewind tape. Which is, oh look, there's some other things on here. You see that? There's some little extra dials on there. You can turn. Otherwise, all you're doing is basically taking this tape and you're spinning that. Oh, it's got like some tape in there. Oh look, just like a real cassette tape. You can turn this. And you can spin this. There you go. We're at the end. And then you got to spin it the other way. Okay, so, I mean, listen, just so we can get the true ASMR experience. I'll be quiet. I'll stop talking so we can enjoy this because it's oddly satisfying. satisfied? So you get to do that. You can put both your fingers on here. Or you can do this. My initial thoughts when I first opened this and saw that this was basically a cassette tape, I thought, you know what? I already had this 40 years ago. I'm a kid of the 80s. If you are a kid of the 80s, you probably, most likely, experienced this 40 years ago. Before this was even a twinkling in anybody's eye. And maybe somebody who grew up in the 80s decided, you know what? I want to recreate the madness that is a cassette tape. From when the tape would just get wound up in the player and unravel itself all over the place to where you'd be sitting there. See, kids of the 80s, they'd have a pencil and they would be sitting there spinning this. Like that. Which is great actually, because we have an ASMR pencil that we opened in a previous video, which I will link at the end of this if you're curious and haven't seen that yet. But this pencil here has got glitter particles in it. It's very fun to twist and spin and twirl around, because you can watch the particles, the little stars and hearts, fly around in there. It's very soothing. This is like some kind of visual relaxation device that you can get hours of enjoyment out of. But now that you have this cassette tape thing, you can take the pencil just like we would have to in the 80s, and then you can sit there and rewind your cassette tape. So I highly recommend getting both of these as a companion piece, really, because one goes with the other like peanut butter and jelly. And then, like I've said before, you can be sitting at the bus stop or at the airport waiting for that flight that's been delayed for 12 hours, and you can just have hours of enjoyment rewinding this cassette over and over again with your magical glitter pencil and your wonderful cassette tape. Okay, now this is going to turn into a bit of a learning show. For those of you who maybe weren't born in the 80s, let's say you were born just 10 years ago, or maybe even earlier, maybe just 5 years ago. For the little ones out there, the ones who didn't get to experience this. Because this, right now you're looking at this and thinking, a tape? What is that? What is a tape? Well, back in the 80s, you used to take a cassette tape, is what they called them, and you would put it into a cassette tape player or a boom box, and then you would press play, and these would start moving around in there, and then they would play music, whatever you happen to have. It was Van Halen or Styx or, who else was out there in the 80s? Thompson Twins, Whitney Houston, New Kids on the Block, any of those. This was meant to be just a short little video to take a look at this, and now I realize it's turning into a learning video. Learn a little bit about me if you care to know. Otherwise, you're probably going to click off at this point. But this right here, okay, this is Benjamin Blümchen. And I grew up on Benjamin Blümchen while I lived in Germany. I listened to all his stories. And this one happens to be the story of how he was a film star. Now this is an actual cassette tape. And you know what? And if I had a working boom box, I could play this for you, but I don't have one right now. Shoot. Maybe if I can come across one, we'll make another video about this. But anyway, look. You can look in there. Look. You see the tape in there? Look at this. You see this spinning? This is what we would have to do, because back then, here, hold on. Let's get, where's the, not the knife, just the nail file. Look. I'm going to be very careful because this is something of history. But this is what would happen. You would play the tape in the tape player, and sometimes if the tape player would malfunction or, you know, skip a beat somehow, and the heads would get stuck or whatever, and the one time they'd start spinning in the opposite direction. Either way, something bizarre would happen in your tape player, and you would get this kind of nonsense. And I don't want to pull it out all the way, but it sometimes would just unravel. And if you had the patience, you would then grab a pencil. Not one like this, just a regular pencil. I don't happen to have a regular pencil right now. But just, you'd grab a pencil, and then you would sit there, and you would carefully rewind your tape in the hopes that it would still work. And this doesn't happen to be, this isn't spinning it. So this pencil is not the right size. I don't think it's getting a hold of that. So, but you'd have to stick a pencil in there and then rewind your tape. And then hope, just hope that the tape, you know, this little band itself, didn't get too many kinks in it, that it would still play. Because sometimes it would get so bad that the tape would just get all crumpled and wrinkled and bent. And once you rewound it and put it back in your tape player, you'd play it and it'd start, whoa, whoa, and yeah, you'd be upset because your tape was ruined. So here we have a real cassette tape, okay, and here is the ASMR reimagining. It looks like it's been modeled precisely after a actual cassette tape because it is the exact same size. It's the exact same size as a real cassette tape. How cool is that? Would it even fit in the actual cassette holder? No, it's a little too wide. It will not fit in there. If I had a tape player, I could still listen to this story. So I'll have to maybe ask my mom or somebody, see if someone has an old tape player that still works. And then maybe we could listen to this sometime. If you are interested in listening to Benjamin Blümchen, comment down below. For hours of enjoyment. Or maybe not. I mean, if you grew up in the 80s, maybe this is just traumatizing. This is bringing back nightmares of cassette tapes that just didn't make it. They were so unraveled that they just got ruined and they weren't playable ever again. I think I would like to have the water one though. Add some water into it. Like those old 80s toys where you push the buttons and it like propels the little balls up into the cups or whatever, you know, you had to like, who made those? Galoob? Do you remember those? If you remember those, comment down below. If you made it this far in the video, comment down below that you made it this far. You know, if you made it this far in the video, comment down below if you were born in the 80s, what was your favorite toy of the 80s? What was a toy you played with the most? Or do you still have a toy from the 80s? Do you still have something that was big in the 80s and is no longer now, but you happen to have it? You know what? If you have an old cassette tape, comment down below. What's on it? Your favorite music? Your favorite band? Is it a story tape like Benjamin Blümchen? Comment down below. Let me know. This is how I'll know if you made it to the end. If you made it to the end, I'm very proud of you. Okay, that's going to do it for today. If you liked it, like it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thomas, be sure and comment down below. What's your favorite toy of the 80s? Or did you have a cassette tape? What'd you listen to? 20-minute outro.